Houston Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back, and thanks for tuning into Houston Real Estate Radio, where we bring you guests and information that you can use in your next real estate transaction. In a few minutes, we'll be answering your questions on air, and if you have a real estate question, you can always call in the answer line at 281-882-8088, and anything that we talk about on air, you can always find on our website at rrea.com/radio. You can also send us your real estate questions via Twitter using hashtag HRER, and we'll answer those as well. We've had Jeff Shore with us. He's talked about the economy both at the local and the national level. He works with new home builders and really has a lot of good information for us about the new home construction industry and what's going on with the economy and new home building. And my next guest is someone that I actually met a few weekends ago at the 10th annual Woodlands Home and Garden Show when we were there doing a live remote. And he's got a very unique name for his company. So I want to talk to you a little bit about his company and what he is doing. We also saw a lot of providers at the home show. There were some pool companies, landscapers. You could really find anybody that you need to do home service, home maintenance, and even if you just wanted some decorating ideas, they had those as well. You can find pretty much everything you need at the Home and Garden Show. It's really interesting. So I met Mike Moriarty there, and his company is called Never Paint Again, and that really caught my attention because, as you know, painting can be quite a hassle, having to, if interior, move your stuff around. Of course, exterior, it's a lot of work. It takes some time and energy, and it's expensive to have your home painted. So want to talk to him about his company. So welcome to the show, Mike.
Thank you, Shannon. Happy to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your company. Very interesting name, Never Paint Again.
Right. So we're a 60-year-old company, national company, and our name comes from the fact that we give people a lifetime warranty on the exterior paint of their home. And so that immediately raises some questions with people. They think maybe we have some special coating or something like that, but we actually just use Sherwin Williams Best Paint. Their Duration Paint has a 25-year warranty. We use their Best Caulk, which has a 25-year warranty. And then we're just very meticulous and thorough in our preparation. And because we've been around for 60 years, we know it lasts. And because of our longevity, we're willing to stand behind the product and the work that we do, which most painting companies are not.
Mm-hmm. And it's a franchise, is that right?
It is.
So longevity of the company for sure, which is great because when you're calling in people to paint your home, you want someone that you can trust and rely on, and having that guarantee is a really fantastic feature that your company has. So tell us a little bit about what makes your company different from other companies that go out and paint houses. What are y'all doing differently that makes it last?
Well, so one of the things we do in some cases, if the exterior of their home is in a deteriorated condition, we will use a special primer. It's called Peel Bond Primer, and it's actually commercially available to anyone, but we haven't found other painters that use that. It's expensive, but it actually allows the paint to adhere better to any surface, and it also fills in, if you've got any spidery exterior problems or cracking or that sort of thing. It allows us to, it fills those kind of things in. And then, we just do a very, very thorough job of preparation. So we power wash every house, and we wait at least 36 hours before we start painting to allow it to thoroughly dry out. Most painters don't do that. And we put a lot of caulk on. I mean, I have yet to be at a house that has enough caulk on the outside. So we'll put, it depends on the house, a case or two of caulk on. Right. So it's just, and we're very thorough and meticulous, and we'll spend most of our time in preparation, as opposed to the amount of actual time painting the house.
And so for paint, you can get any color, doesn't matter. I mean, anything that Sherwin-Williams offers as far as exterior colors.
Correct.
You can use.
Right.
And you work all over the Houston area?
We do, yeah, all over Harris and Montgomery counties, and even outside of Harris a little bit.
And what you said that it takes a little bit longer because you do the preparation and then you wait for it to all, you wait to go back and paint it. So what sort of time frame does it take to paint kind of your average house, 3,500 square foot house?
Oh, 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when we power wash a house, we'll do that while we're doing another job. We'll stop by and power wash the house so we can then let it, give it time to dry out. And then of course we'll scrape anything that's the power washing has loosened up. We'll scrape that off, and we replace any rotted wood or any other thing, minor types of repair work that need to be done on the outside, before we start painting as well.
And do you spray paint the home, or are you using rollers and paintbrushes?
Well, actually both, and that's another thing that differentiates us. We use a method we call back rolling. So we will spray it, and then we'll come right behind it at the same time, at the same pass, and roll it in. So that allows us to put on actually a little bit more paint, and for the paint to be better absorbed into the surface. And so when you see the exterior of a house that we've painted in a neighborhood, it really stands out.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So what about the difference between acrylic paint versus ceramic paint? What's the difference there?
Well,
and which do you prefer or recommend?
Well, we recommend acrylic, and that's all we use. The ceramic-based paint, as you would expect just from the name ceramic, it's brittle. And so there's, a company out there that pushes this as another, permanent painting solution. But what we've found in other parts of the country where the ceramic-based paint has been, available for a while, is that people have, if your house is going to shift at all, it's going to crack.
They all do in Houston.
Yeah. So you're going to have problems down the road with that cracking. So acrylic is breathable and flexible, and, it really puts along with the caulk that we put on the house, really envelops your house, I guess, in a waterproof exterior.
And really keeping the water out is the main thing. I mean, that's the biggest problem with the exterior of home is the water damage.
That's right. Yeah.
So the caulk that you use, is it just regular caulk you can go to Lowe's and buy, or is it a special product?
No, you can go. I mean, we buy it at Sherwin Williams, but you can buy it at Lowe's. It's just we use there's as with any product, there's varying grades, and we just choose the best grade, which of latex caulk. There's also acrylic caulk or other types of caulk, but we use the latex caulk that's got a 25-year warranty.
Okay, and use a lot of it.
Yeah, right.
That's the main thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of inspectors will tell homeowners that they need to go back and add caulk here and there and
Sure.
Help keep the water out. So you also do interior painting, is that right?
We do. Right, we do. We probably do. Even though the name of our company, leads people to inquire about the lifetime warranty, we probably do 75% of our work as interiors.
Okay.
So.
And I know you painted my home. You have a special going on, and I took advantage of that, which is really great. Definitely want you to talk about your special that you have going on. But you painted the interior of my home, several rooms, and did a fantastic job. So we definitely
I appreciate that.
Definitely recommend your painting services. And tell us about the special that you guys have going on right now.
Well, it's $89 to paint one room, and the customer supplies the paint. So it's the requirements or the specifications are the room has to be 13 by 15 with 8-foot ceilings or smaller. If they're larger than that, then we'll come and do an estimate as what the additional work would be, or as in your case, if there's additional rooms, we'll give an estimate for that additional work. But it's and again, we use the best interior paint we can, and we do all the prep work and tape everything off, and there's not going to be any paint in places where there shouldn't be.
Right. And you said that they have to provide the paint, but you go and get the paint for them and provide it. They just have to pay additional for that.
Right, I can do that. Right, or I let people go if they're going to go to Sherwin Williams and pick out the color. They can actually have the store call me. This happens quite often while they're there, and I can allow them to purchase the paint on my account.
So they get a little bit better
discount.
Deal. Yeah. Okay, and tell us about when you're painting the outside of the home. I mean, when I think about anything happening on the outside of the home, I think it's got to be sunny, nice weather. Is that true? Can you paint when it's cloudy, winter weather? What do you recommend?
We prefer to paint and would recommend painting when it's not going to rain. So it's actually painters are pretty diligent about looking at weather reports every day. So,
yeah.
And if there's a hint of rain, we won't paint an exterior of a house. We just did that last week. We were painting somebody's garage door and front door, and we were pretty sure it was going to rain, so we went on to another project. And we explained that to homeowners up front, and they understand. Actually, with Sherwin Williams' latest paint, their Emerald paint, which is their new Zero VOC paint, which means no odor. You can paint in temperatures as low as 35 degrees. So
oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's a great paint for people who have a lot of allergies. I mean, there are some people that can't get their home painted just because of the smell. They'd have to go away for a week. So
Right.
it's good to know that there are paints out there that,
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the latest trends in painting is the VOC is volatile organic compound is what that stands for, and it's just what gives paint the odor. And it is a problem for some people, and the movement towards in the painting industry is to go to zero VOC paint, which Sherwin Williams has had for a while. Now they've got this Emerald line of paints, which is their top of the line paint, where you actually have zero VOCs even after you add tinting to it, which is I think they're the only ones that offer that.
Okay. And you do some other things. You mentioned garage doors. You paint front doors. What are some of the other things that you'll do?
We do a lot of cabinet rework, refinishing and staining and painting, kitchens and bathrooms. We do a lot of front door restaining. So we have a lot of our clients have had front doors that are stained that have been weathered, and so we'll come in and repair those and restain them and put a couple coats of polyurethane on so they really shine. And we do deck refinishing and staining and painting, and we'll do with any job. We do minor sheetrock repair and replace wood on the outside and things like that.
Well, that's good, because if you're going to sell your home, you definitely need that nice, shiny front door.
Right.
Want that first thing the buyer sees to look really good. Well, we definitely like that you offer this guarantee from your company, Never Paint Again. And tell us how people can reach you if they do want to take advantage of your $89 special.
Well, they can call me at my office. The number is 281-374-7101. They can also email me. My email address is mmoriarty@never-paint-again.com, or they can go to my website, which is www.never-paint-again.com/Houston-Metro.
That's a long one. If you didn't get that, you can go to rrea.com/radio, and we'll have all of Mike's information there as well. So you can link to his website and find his information there. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Shannon. Enjoyed it.
It's a great company, and we're going to be right back to answer your calls from last week.